Hello and welcome to hobby vlog number 197. Getting really close to that 200 now, it's pretty exciting. It's been a good week this week. I felt really much better, recovered a lot from the exhaustion of the virus that I was suffering from, and I'm not sure entirely how much I've managed. It looks like I've done this week, but I felt like I've done a lot. I've really cracked on with a couple of projects. I've spent a fair bit of time with Rosie on the tank, though not much of that got videoed, and I've spent a lot of time in my head working on the model railway. So that's going to be a new channel. Where some of the stuff will spill over onto this one, but there'll be a new dedicated channel which I will link. I'll never know which side it goes, but up here somewhere. If you want to go and subscribe, please do. There's no videos there. There's probably not going to be videos for a little while, but definitely plans they are cooking, and I'm very excited about that. So that's also been good for the hobbying. We have picked our characters for the roleplay game, myself, Andrew and Rosie as well. Picked the hobbits we're going to play, and we'll be starting that from next week. So that's also something which is kind of adjacent to hobby, though it hasn't appeared in the vlog. Other than as you'll see, but yeah, that'll be coming up over the next couple of weeks as well. Anyway, enough rambling. That's a bit of a chattery introduction. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed this week. It's nice to feel energetic and motivated again. So yeah, it's a happy beard stood here looking at you, and I hope that you enjoy watching my week. Well, I've just spent an enjoyable evening. The enjoyable part was listening to a Wild West podcast. And the not enjoyable part was attempting to put this together. But I've managed to do it, so I've got the doors in, and they do open and shut, as you can see. Bit of a pain in the backside, to be honest. I did actually manage to destroy the bottom part of this, where the door kind of goes into a little hole, but I managed to save it, which I'm very pleased with. And I've also put the porch on top, as you can see. That took me a couple of hours of kind of annoyance and just chilling out with whiskey. It's nice to get back to it and have a little bit of progress. The next thing that I'm going to need to be doing is doing the windows. So we've got some, I've got some clear windows with some pictures on that I'm going to need to cut out very carefully using super glue, and I'm still not feeling very well, so I'm not going to get stuck into that today. And obviously, as you can see, I've only done part of the windows here. This side I've still got the frames to be putting in place as well. But yeah, at least I've made a little bit of progress on that, and I've managed to get past the thing that was really concerning me, which was doing the doors. It was fiddly as all hell, but it has been done. So yeah, just take your time. It's a bit of an annoying project, but I want to get it finished, so I'm going to keep cracking on with that. Maybe spend a little bit of time every evening this week just doing a little bit. It's so good to finally be feeling a little bit better, such a relief. And so this morning what I've been doing is the next little steps on this build, just before work. So as you can see, we've got the windows. They are printed with some I think it says with the name of the bar, or bar and something else, something or other, and then these really super fine details. I mean, this is what I'm finding. Everything in this is very fine. You have to glue one on each side and then cut around the edge. And this is one where I have sandwiched the plastic in between the two. So yeah, just working through on that, and then they all get stuck into the actual building. Yeah, now I'm really starting to enjoy this this build. I'm hoping to get it finished very quickly. It is very fiddly. It is not simple. It's not for beginners, I wouldn't have said. But if you have the patience and you're up for it, then I'd recommend it, to be honest. Yeah, really enjoying it. I spent the last few weeks reading through the rulebook for the One Ring, and I've decided that I'm going to try to run a short, child-friendly campaign for myself, Andrew and Rosie. And so what I thought I'd do is I'd have a look in the starter set. I will attempt to bring some of this to the channel. I'm not sure that I'll actually film any of our role play, but what I might do is, well, I'm not sure. I don't know. If I can, I'll bring it to the channel, but if not, I'll just talk about it maybe a little bit. But anyway, so I thought I'd get into the starter box set, which comes with some pre-generated, some pre-generated character sheets and what have you, and I think, and some preset adventures. So 5 exciting adventures to play. So here we are, let's open this up. I've really enjoyed reading the rules and obviously loving Middle-earth. That's why I love it. So yeah, it's been fun reading the rules, and so now I'm going to try and get some games. So what we have is, I don't know what they are. We have some dice. Now I have some dice as well. We have some equipment cards. We have a games catalogue from Free League, which is always dangerous. We have some silica gel, which is going to go straight in the bin. There we are. Now I do have a map which is on cloth, so but this is the paper map which has the Shire and also Eriador on it. We have, awesomely, let's just empty this all out and make it really easier for myself. We have some pre-filled out sheets. So Drogo Baggins, Esmeralda Took, Lobelia Brace Girdle, Paladin Took the Second, Primula Brandybuck, they're all hobbits, Romerick Brandybuck, Barlin Son of Fundin, oh no, we've got Barlin, and Bilbo Baggins. So we've got some character sheets here. Some of them are going to be basically the some existing NPCs, and I think some of these are people that you can possibly play. So yeah, that's cool. That might help. Rosie wanted to play a Hobbit, that's what she said, so that might help us to just use a pre-generated one for Rosie. I will be playing a character and doing the being the adventure, the games master, as whatever they call it here. So yeah, so we'll have 3 characters and myself. So here we've got some adventures. Let's get a sniff. Yeah, their stuff is just it's the nicest smelling books. It really is. We've got a simplified rules here, so that's useful. So I'm presuming that's going to have character generation in it, and then myself and Angela will be able to generate our characters, but if not, then that's in the main rules anyway. And then you've got a book about the Shire, which I am going to now, this is why I've opened this, I am going to read that before we play a game. In the bottom of the box, that is beautiful, look at that, you've got a map of the Shire. How awesome is that? And then, oh no, that's not, that's actually not, I thought it wasn't stuck in, that's actually part of it. This is a little bit of a of some of the rules. So Shire journey events tables, distinctive features, how the dice work. That's really useful. Now I do have the GM's board as well, the GM's whatever screen, so that has all of that on it also. But that is really cool if you buy the starter set, that you get an awesome map which will allow you to run, I presume, the initial little kind of like friendly adventures, the small adventures, which is what I'm going to pick from. Definitely, I'm not going to come up with one of my own. I'm going to work through this. So yeah, so I've got a bit of reading to do. What I'll do is once I've finished reading, I'll come back and give a little bit of an overview of what I think of it as a starter set. As I say, I do have the main rules as well, and I have spent a long time reading them now, and they are really good. But yes, I'll come back and summarise the adventures, and also the specifically the book about. I'm still not 100% well, as you know, the book about the Shire. That's what I was looking for. And then once we get our game going, I will be hopefully reporting back on a weekly basis on how that's going and what fun we've had. Just making a little bit more progress this morning before work, and I've got the signs in, as you can see. And what I'm now looking at doing is the step here to put like the around the edge and the frame or what have you, and the overhead. And what I have noticed, I'm just going to zoom in, is that the numbers are actually incorrect, it looks like, on the instructions. So this calls for RF7, RF8, RF11 and RF12, but you can see that on here, actually already popped out, RF5 and RF6 are what they're calling 7 and 8, and 11 and 12 is actually 9 and 10. Don't know why that is. They're also, these pieces up here, they're described as 9 and 10, and they're actually 8 and 7. So there's just a little bit of a confusion on the sprues if you're looking at that, but it's not such a big thing that it shouldn't be relatively obvious how it works, but I thought I would just highlight that. But yeah, I'm making some really good progress, really enjoying this now. It's a wonderful kit, really nice, really gone together well. And yeah, I'm not far off done now, I don't think, on this. And then I do have the bunkhouse, so the second layer, which goes in between the ground floor and the roof. So, and also has the steps up the side. So I will be I'll be making that straight away as soon as I finish this. So yeah, hopefully get this done this week. I finished putting this together. The last thing that is drying right now is just the final bit of the boardwalk. Yeah, that's gone together really nicely. I did make a little mistake with the. I was supposed to mount these on some wood. You can see here the backing bit that I didn't do, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change it. So yeah, so really happy with how that looks. Pre-painted is absolutely awesome. It looks well. It still probably needs a little bit of something along this bottom. It's a bit clean, so I might mount this onto a board and do a little bit of terrain around it. But yeah, other than that, pretty happy. These actually go on the front here. So yeah, so I think they just need a little bit of roughing up or a little bit of weathering. The other two are inside and the steps and what have you. So what I'm going to do now is work on the add-on, the Dead Man's Hand, Rogan's Bar add-on, which is the bunkhouse. So yeah, I'm going to get that open, have a look at it and see whether I can get that built. But yeah, really pleased to have cracked on with this and be so close to finished. I had another delivery from Mindwork yesterday. So let's have a look and see what they are. So we have Red Moon, which is pretty cool. We have Stolen Star, which is really awesome. So I've got number 58. Is this one numbered? Yep. 249. And the third and last one is the Executioner, which is also really awesome. And that's number 144. So there we are, just some more to go on the stash. I am actually wondering whether I'll ever get round to, God, the sun's bright this morning, whether I'll ever get round to actually painting these up. And whether I shouldn't maybe just sell them, I don't know. I'm just thinking about it at the moment. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased. The reason is I'm not a great painter, and so someone who is a good painter really should do these justice. But that might just me being out of practice and feeling rusty, and now I'm actually getting back to my paint bench a bit more often, and I'm feeling terrible about it. So it doesn't feel like I'm seeing things right, and my brush control isn't good. But with a bit of practice, I mean, it's been 6 months pretty much since I painted. Maybe I'll get my confidence back up. But for now, these will go on the shelf, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do with them. Cheese. Right. So for all this week, we've been pottering away, haven't we? We're working on the turret, and we're making really good progress. And we're just going to do a little bit more now, aren't we? Yeah? You're not going to talk? No. Rosie's wearing her sparkly top that you're very proud of. We've had a lovely day, and now we're just going to do a little bit of hobbying. Just so don't need to put it up. Just going to do a little bit of hobbying. So we're on step 132, I believe. So yeah, which is here. So we're on step 132, and we've only got a few more pages to go, and then we've done it. Are you excited? Yeah, cool. Right, so say bye-bye to the camera. For some reason, you don't want to talk today, do you? No. Okay, well, we'll come back later on and show you where we get to. This week I've been managing to get back down here to my painting bench as well most evenings, and I've been working on a couple of projects, which have been really nice. First night was really tough. My brush control was nowhere, and I just really struggled. Felt like I couldn't even see properly, and you know, just I was looking, what I was looking at wasn't making any sense to me. But slowly but surely, as I've done this every night, it's improved. So what I'm going to do is show you what I've been working on, talk through some of the paints I've used, and then maybe get a little bit of painting on camera done, but I'm not sure whether I'll do that. But yeah, so let's have a quick look at the two projects I've been working on. First of all is the Mantic Giant. So I've been working on base colours only on this, still working away on the base colour, still got a bit to do. But the paint that I've been using, the skin tone is actually all Panzer Ace's Shadow Flesh from Vallejo. Shadow Flesh, that's 343 Shadow Flesh from Panzer Ace's. It's a really nice kind of reddy brown. I really like it. It's going to give me a really nice base colour, which I'll then be able to build up with some highlights and what have you later. This here is middle stone, and then the dark wood is German camouflage, dark black brown, and also a little bit of contrast, but the contrast didn't really take, so it's not very much of the contrast, it's mainly the dark brown. Yeah, I'm kind of working in a red hair motif. I'm really liking it, so that's what I'm working on. I'm going to continue with the base colours for the next couple of days probably. I'm not painting for very long in the evening. My stamina for painting has gone, but at least I'm back down trying to paint. But yeah, so I'll get a few more base coats on that, and then look to the highlights and the shades and see how it turns out. But I'm pretty happy with it so far. It's starting to come together. It's fitting in with the image I had of what I wanted, so that's always what matters. So Quickbeam, I've done a lot of the base colours, and I've also put on a few highlights. So I started a base colour again with the shadow flesh, which worked really nicely as a kind of rich reddy brown base line. I then stuck a heavy earth shade, Earth shade wash over the lot of it, just to put some of that depth in, which has worked really nicely. And then for the highlights, the little red highlights you can see, that's actually Cavalry Brown, which is 7982, which is a particular favourite of mine. And that's just given a little bit of variety and interest to the brown, and not overwhelmed it. It's turned out perfectly. It looked very red when I painted it on. It is very red when I paint it on. Now the foliage, that is just Agrax Earthshade over the grey primer. So I've not put any green on yet, which I'm probably going to start on this evening, but I might continue working a little bit more on the wood, on the brown. There's a few areas where it's not fully covered, where my brush control let me down on the first night. I really did struggle on that. But yeah, it's coming on nicely, and I'm very excited to get this finished. I think it's a brilliant model, and probably going to start on some more Ents once I finish this. I've got three more metal Ents, so I'm probably going to assemble and paint those up, and then I'll have a huge Ent horde, which is what every self-respecting Middle-earth gamer really wants. Well, there we are. It's only a 15-minute video, but there was a lot of hobbying going on this week, or at least it felt like it. And I feel like I'm going to roll on into next week in the same way. I've got a lot of stuff I need to do. I've actually just finished a contract, so I'm no longer full-time employed. So if any of you know of anyone needing a software developer, give me a shout. But what that means is I'm going to be able to get a lot of stuff done around the house, a lot of tasks in the garden I need to do, and also potentially get a little bit more hobbying done and work on Tawny. So yeah, hopefully the next few weeks are going to be really productive for me, and I'll be able to put that sickness behind me and really crack on and get some productivity done. But if you made it this far, I really want to thank you so much for watching and for making it to the end of the video. It's much appreciated, really like it. And do leave me a comment below. I do reply to all of them, and those are the things that really motivate me the most. So don't be shy, do say hello. It's always awesome to read your comments and reply to them. So thanks to everyone who regularly does. It's amazing, it really means a lot to me. And I wrap up by saying, as I always do at the moment, if any of you are impacted by that horrible war that's still going on in Ukraine, then my thoughts do go out to you and everyone who you may know who might be in that situation. Just horrific that it's still happening, can't believe it. And to everyone, please do stay healthy, stay safe, and stay well.